Hello, and welcome to what I call the Great Experiment, meaning we are partially online, partially live, and somewhere in between. Welcome to Introduction to the Worship Arts. My name is Dr. Daryl Pulse. I am the instructor, and I am also the Dean of Academic Affairs here at Gather for Him Christian College. Introduction to Worship Arts is going to be a different class, and you'll find out that I'm a different kind of an instructor. I am not interested in what you can memorize and repeat to me. That's not learning. What I am interested in is what you learn. So my goal is to ignite your imagination, to ignite your thinking, to ignite your curiosity. And I'll tell you why. Most of you have been in the exact same worship style most of your lives, perhaps your entire life. You may think that that is the only worship style that exists. Well, it isn't. There are literally thousands of different worship styles out there, and we are going to explore a large number of them. When you think of worship, what comes to mind? Seriously, what picture comes into your brain when you think about worship? Music, a band, singing, clapping, dancing, praying, Bible reading, what? Well, worship is none of those, and it's all of those. What we'll find out is that worship is many, many different things that can be placed in different combinations for different reasons and for different effect. I make a very basic assumption at the beginning of these classes and all throughout the classes. That assumption is very simple. The church is changing, just as the world has changed completely in the last 6 months. The church has been changing for a number of years now, but it's accelerating. The old church is dying. There's a new church emerging. You are the leaders of that new church. It's not a place for me. It's not a place for my age group. It's yours. You are the ones who will have to carry it forward. And I absolutely believe that you can do so without any real difficulty. So what are we going to study? We'll look at music from various ages. We'll look at different styles. We'll look at different types of worship, the way people worship differently around the world. We'll look at our assumptions. What is it we assume about music and about worship? What is it that worship does? Is it of any use at all? Now, I'll give you a little quick background. I was born and raised in the church and didn't like it from the beginning. It was a fundamentalist church, and I can describe it in one word: boring. By the time I was in junior high and high school, I was in pretty much full rebellion, and I was skipping out to go down to the Roman Catholic Church 3 blocks down because I found their services so much more interesting. There was so much more going on, and the people seemed much more engaged. By the time I was out of high school, I joined the Army, and I served in Army bands. So I was a musician in the Army. When I got out of the Army, I managed to get into college as a music major at Western Michigan University. When I graduated there, I became a junior high and high school band director in Grand Rapids, Michigan. While I was doing that, I was also performing with a group called the Jubal Brass. We performed all over the Eastern Seaboard. While in the Army, I sang with the Army Chorus and played with the Army Band. And I actually turned professional as a musician when I was 16 as part of a group called the Burgundy Singers. We didn't make much money, but it paid for the gas to get there and get home, and hey, that was good enough. So I have a lot of experience with music. I have a lot of experience with worship. I've been through, I can't even count the number of different churches and different kinds of worship that I've experienced over the years. I've experienced worship here in North America, in Canada. I've experienced it in Africa. some of the most intense worship services I've ever seen were in South Africa. So my goal is to get you thinking, get you believing, get you enthusiastic, because the day is going to come, the time is going to come when it's time for you to take your rightful place as a leader in your church. And you need to have at least a basic idea of what the heck you're doing. Why do I say this? Well, you don't get it in seminaries. You don't get it in Bible school. You don't get it much of anywhere. And that's a problem. So you might as well get it here. I think you'll find it to be very useful. Emailed you the syllabus. Looks like that. There is a mistake in it. We'll correct it right now. The book in it is wrong. It's A New Kind of Christianity by Brian McLaren, not A New Kind of Christian. It's available on Amazon for about 18 bucks. Please read the syllabus, keep it. The schedule on it, I'm going to try to stay with the schedule as closely as I can. But you'll find that I'm very flexible. Assignments will be posted on Populi, and you'll respond on Populi by posting to the discussion boards. That's how I'll know that you watched the video. And if you ever have a question, call me, email me, text me. There are no stupid questions. There are only things that you don't know. And finally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break all of this up into little segments. The reason being is the brain cannot concentrate on a talking head for more than about 10 minutes. And we're getting very close to that. So I'm going to break all these up, load them all up to YouTube. They will be identified. You will be able to access them. And I think this is going to be an enjoyable time that we have together. So if you have any questions, get in contact with me. You know where I hang out. Second segment will come up soon, but first, check Populi for your first assignment.